Hello and thanks for joining me once again. My name's Brandon with Biotrauma 911. While the next section of this training was initially going to be arriving at the scene, we've since added this bonus section titled Dumpster Issues. For the next few minutes, we're going to talk about one of the biggest issues we face when dealing with dumpster companies. So our company was called to clean a rather extreme hoarding home that was located about 4 hours from our office. Based on our experience, we knew we would need at least 3 40-yard dumpsters. Now, depending on the location of the country you're working in, the time of year, and several other factors, securing dumpsters can be a real challenge. Well, let me rephrase that. Securing dumpsters when you need them can be a real challenge. It's usually not too big of a deal to get your first dumpster dropped at the client's site, but sometimes getting dumpsters swapped out in a timely manner can cause issues. As we were pricing this job for the client informed us that they would take care of the dumpsters. Evidently, they'd been working with a local company and felt confident that this company would provide the services we needed. So somewhat reluctantly, we agreed to let the client handle the dumpsters. When we arrived at the site, we found a dumpster on scene that the client had used for several weeks to clear part of the home. Unfortunately, the dumpster was nearly full. We informed the client that we'd need another dumpster ASAP, and we were assured it would be en route. As hours and days passed, no dumpster arrived. Now remember, we weren't in charge, therefore we had no contact info for the dumpster company and no right to act on behalf of the client. When we pressed the issue, our client told us the dumpster was dropped at the wrong address. The next day, we were told that the dumpster couldn't be set because the ground was too wet. During the next few days, we received several reasons why the dumpster couldn't be delivered. As hundreds of 50-gallon trash bags were stacked on top of each other and blocked our narrow pathway, we finally ran out of room to work. After about 3 days, we left the state to return to our office. A few days later, our client informed us that a dumpster had been dropped. However, it was dropped near the street, which is approximately an acre away from the house. We informed the client that the dumpster would need to be moved near the exterior of the home. Approximately 6 weeks have passed, and at the time of this video, we've still not returned to the home to finish this job, although the client did pay the full amount for our services. Let's take a few minutes to join Jeremy as he walks you through this home and some of the issues we faced. Hey Jeremy, what type of job are we working this week?
This week it's another hoarding job, down south this time. It's a pretty good job actually. It's pretty filthy. Lots of mice. It's a big mouse infestation here. Good size home as well. A lot of stuff in here too.
So what do you got going on in this room?
So this room, this is where we started. We typically will start in the garage, but when we got here, it was windy, raining, and being outside and where the dumpster was placed wasn't ideal. So we started back here in the sunroom, cleared this area out, and started using it as a staging point for tools, outdoor chairs. We got some mail and stuff out back here, but this is where our starting point was. Basically, just like I said, from the weather, kind of determining that, and then we being closer to the dumpster. We didn't really have control over the dumpster. The client was able to provide the dumpster this time, which was fine because it kind of takes a little bit of something off of your plate as whenever you're dealing with a hoard. But with where we're located, it's fairly rural area. We're having a lot of problems with dumpster companies right now. I think we'll get into that here in a little bit. After we cleared this out, basically came in here to this back room. I don't really know what it would be, kind of a utility room. Again, taking care of it, getting it out. The mouse problem wasn't too bad in here, but you can see, you're gonna see feces everywhere in this house. Lots of nesting, live mice, all that good stuff. From the back utility room, we came into the main living area. It's a big room. This room was basically the only way to get through. There was a path throughout the entire room from here leading to the front and a little bit over here to the right. Everything's piled pretty high, as you can see, about hip high in most places. Lots of paper, lots of trash. Again, mice everywhere. Lots of electronics in this home too. We've done quite a bit of sorting in this house, and we'll continue to do a lot of sorting in this house. We have found there wasn't anything specific that we were told to look for. They really just want to get most stuff out of the house. How we do kind of policy is we're still looking for stuff even when we're told that. We're looking for valuables, we're looking for documents, we're looking for anything like that. In this home, we have come across quite a few firearms. First day here, we found, I do believe it was 6 firearms in this home, ranging from 22 rifles to pellet guns. But that's a pretty good amount of guns to find on the first day. We found a lot of electronics. If you can think of it, we found it. Virtual reality stuff, Nintendo, Xbox, lots of brass. There's a guy, the client was basically does a lot of ammo reloading, so we found a lot of that type of supplies. Brass, actual rounds, gunpowder. We found all of that. We've come across a lot of things such as coins, money that we've given to the customer. Not substantial amount of money, just coming across wads of money like this throughout the home. Batteries, that's another thing that's in this house. There's a ton of batteries in this house. Lots of adapters, sewing machines. There's lots of crafting that was being done in this home as well. So as you can see now where we're at within this job, we are now 3.5 days in. And you can see that we have basically created our own hoard. This is from every room that we've gotten through to this point. Sunroom, utility room, living room, kitchen, pantry, laundry room, hallways, bathroom, and we're getting into bedrooms right now. Our problem is what has happened. The dumpster company has not come and swapped out our dumpster at this point in time. Let me phrase this by saying we're using 40-yard dumpsters. You can't get bigger dumpsters than that. So we filled the first dumpster on the first day, and we requested to get it swapped out on Monday. We are now Thursday, and we are still sitting with the same dumpster right now. If you take our training course, you've learned a little bit. I do believe I've talked about dumpsters before in the past. This is a perfect example of trying to get. My preference is using local companies. Sometimes you can't, you've got to use the larger companies. They've basically got you by the throat whenever you can't. They're on their own time. You're on their time. Logistics can be hard when you're relying on a third party to help you get a job done. As I said, we let the customer take care of this, no fault of theirs at all. They've had a dumpster in their backyard for many years. So it's just weird now that when they really need it, the company can't come through to help us get taken care of. They've been lied to a couple times about why we haven't got the dumpster. But now we're at the point where it's the weather's causing an issue. They're not going to bring their truck in to pull this 40-yard dumpster out. Most 40 yards hold anywhere from, they usually let you have 4 to 6 tons. So I'd say we probably have 5.5 tons of trash and debris in that dumpster right now. That's a lot of weight. With the yard being as wet as it is, I don't think we're going to get our dumpster today as we were scheduled. So that is delaying our job at this point in time. The client, always informing the client, always letting them know, communicating with them, letting them know what's happening. She's very aware of what's happening. She's not happy about it, not on our end, but on the dumpster company's end. We've had a discussion today about what's going on, talked about with the weather. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get that dumpster today to finish this job out in the estimated amount of time that I thought it would take.